Hey guys, welcome back to my Roblox tutorial series. In this video, I'm going to explain how we can use scripting to actually change stuff in our game by creating parts, modifying the parts, and using services. First of all, I need to explain the difference between the server and the client because this will be very important. On the server, anything that you change will be automatically replicated to the client. So for example, if I go ahead and make a script in server script service, any script that is in server script service will automatically be ran. So if I just print hello from the server script, and then I make another script inside of starter player scripts, and I make this time it's a local script because I want it to run the client. I do print hello from the client. If I go ahead and run this game, you will see hello from the server script and hello from the client. Now in the output window, hello from the server script is green. That means it's coming from the server. And hello from the client is blue, which means it's coming from the client. You can put local scripts pretty much anywhere, but starter player scripts is a pretty common place to put it. For example, to make a part in Roblox Studio, you do instance.new. So if I want to make a variable called part, I can set it to a part by doing instance.new part. This will make a new part. Now if I run the game, I won't actually see it because I haven't added it to the workspace, which is a service. So in order to add this part to the workspace, I can do part.parent equals game.workspace. Now another way to do this, which is arguably better, could be to do game::get_service workspace. I won't go into why this is better, but a lot of times this will be better for your game. Now if I go ahead and run this, I'll see my part, but it just fell into the void because it's unanchored. So for this example, I'm going to do part.position equals vector3.new. Now a vector3 is the position of something. So if I go ahead and add a part to the workspace, click on it, look in the properties tab, go to position. It's going to be under C-frame, but don't worry about that. I'll get to that another time. If I look at position, there's 3 values. Now there's X, Y, and Z. If I go over here, if I move it up, you can see the Y value increases. If I move it to the right, you can see that the Z value increases. And if I move it sideways, you'll see the X value increases. So if I go ahead and do part.position equals vector3.new, 0, 10, 0, and I run the game, you'll see that I have a part. Now I also have the part that I spawned in Studio, but this part was created through our script. Now, the only issue is, we put this in a local script. So, if I go into the game, it looks like the part is here. But then I go into test, and I press on this button right here. This will change me to the server view. You'll see that my part isn't here, only the part I put in Studio. So what's happening? This is because Roblox Studio only shows stuff on the server to everyone else. So since I spawned that part on the client, it'll only be shown to that specific client. Now I'll show you a few more examples of services in Roblox. If I go ahead and grab my part, I can make it look however I want. I can resize it. Let me make it very long. Let me change the color. Let me make this red. Let me make it semi-transparent. Let me change the material to neon. And this is my part. So if I press Control X, which cuts it, basically it deletes it and copies it. And I go into replicated storage and I press Control Shift V. That'll paste it into replicated storage. So to paste something into something, you actually have to press Control Shift V, or else if I do just Control V, it'll put it in workspace. Now, if I want to spawn this part in, I can go to my server script, since I want it to show up for everyone, and I can do local my part, or name it whatever you want, equals game::get service replicated storage. Now, there's a lot of times where you're going to use replicated storage multiple times, so it's good practice to make it into a variable like this. So we can do local replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. Now we can actually delete this, and we can do replicated storage dot part. And you see it shows up right here. That's because we have the part inside of replicated storage. Now, if we do colon clone, it'll make a clone of that part. Now, you might have guessed, we're going to do my part dot parent equals game colon get service workspace. Now, if we go ahead and run our game, we'll see our part right there. So we spawn this part with a script, and we put it on the server. So if we go to the test and we go to the server, you see it's on the server. Now, if we wanted to cut all of this by pressing Control X, paste it in here, we could get rid of that old code and run it. It'll still be here for us, but if we go on the server, and if you actually stand on this and then go to the server, it'll be gone. But the player will still be standing on it. So that's how the client works compared to the server. So it's very common to accidentally do something on the client, and you'll be confused for a very long time on why it's not on the server. So it's very useful to always check this test tab and go to server, so you can see if something is properly being replicated to the server. If we open up the workspace, we can also not see it here, so that's how we know it's not there. Thank you for watching, and again, if you have any suggestions, I'll definitely take them into consideration if you put them in the comments.